The next item on the agenda is a follow-up with and this is just a preliminary report. It's no action be taken on this tonight. And this is pertaining to the city-owned operating transfer station. Just to give you, maybe some of you are not familiar what a transfer station might do, but as the manager goes through, he will touch on what we would do with the transfer station. Rather than carrying our waste to Weldon, we would bring it to our own transfer station and haul it out of there. Am I about right, Richard? Okay, so Paul, if you want to take it on.
Yes, Mayor. What I'd like to do is give you just kind of a brief overview of the memo that was presented. And certainly if there's any questions, I'll do my best to answer it. Richard's here. As I mentioned, Millen's not here on the finance side, but I think we got a pretty good idea of at least a preliminary finance, so hopefully we'll be able to answer any questions you have. And again, I want to make it clear to certainly City Council and certainly the public that we're not seeking action tonight, approval. It's way early for that kind of analysis and premature to go to that length. I think this will take several months to study and get feedback, and I'm sure we'll have some some turns in the road as we progress with this. But I wanted to give you the overviews to kind of start that process so we can think about it, and certainly I'm sure we'll revisit this issue on multiple occasions. Yeah, excuse me. Mayor, essentially the concept here is to have the city build, own, and operate a transfer station. A transfer station is simply where solid waste is taken. Basically, it could be household garbage or debris, yard debris. In almost all cases, that's the majority of it. The transfer station receives the solid waste from the garbage trucks, some of which will be our own household garbage, some of which could be private haulers who bring it in from commercial retailers, and certainly there could also be residential garbage through a contract or other arrangement who see us as a viable option to deliver their trash to. The term transfer comes from, it doesn't stay in Roanoke Rapids, it's transferred from one truck to another truck, hence the term transfer station. It's put on a different hauling truck, and that will be run by a third party that will be contracted for, and that third party takes it to the most viable and cost-effective landfill to be deposited there at a cost, and those costs are reflected in this report. That's the concept, and the idea is really that we can lower our own cost for transfer fees immediately. That will be an in-house savings, pay for the facility, and actually hopefully net some money for our solid waste division in our Public Works Department. That will help us balance our budget easier and give us a little bit of breathing room, both with whether it's solid waste expansion in the future or going to recycling. It'll hopefully give us some revenues to be able to accomplish those services and also make our trash collection services possibly more effective. And outlining this, Mayor, the preliminary engineering and permitting cost came out to be approximately $695,000, and that was with the design engineering cost of approximately $58,000. I'm sorry, $76,500. The construction cost of approximately $604,000, and the contingency fund of exactly $14,500. The total of that is $695,000. And we round that up to $700,000 to give us even additional contingency, and basically to give us kind of a ballpark figure to start our analysis. Projected expenses and revenues, Mayor, if there are some attachments that I think are pretty, they're basic at this point, but I think they give you a really good idea. If you look at our present, if you look at it as it's not a separate department, but you look at the solid waste as a unit, its own independent unit, you'll see that at the end of this budget year, and this is pretty consistent with years past, so the number I think is very solid. In years past, we've had a revenues over expenses of approximately $160 to budget this year, $170 to up to $180,000. That's without a transfer station. Where we sit right now in this budget year, certainly that number may shift up or down a few $1,000s, but we feel like that's a pretty good number for this year's expectations. With a transfer station, using the numbers that we've used for the expense of about $700,000, and with the pricing that we've laid out there, which I'll touch on in just a moment, that number for the operating revenues over expense line increases to $245,532, Mayor, and that's a $64,790 projected increase in what we're doing right now. And that's just a direct result from operating the transfer station on our facility on an in-house basis. I did mention the plan, at least initially, would be to locate the transfer facility at the maintenance yard on the Henson Street facility. There is room there to do that, and we believe that will fit. The engineer has confirmed that. Certainly, that's preliminary. We've got to do some more studies and really design it in more detail when we get to that stage. But we think that'll work out fine for that facility. The projected initial tipping fee, i.e. the cost that one pays to leave trash either at a landfill or at a transfer station, usually is measured in tons, and the amount that we're projecting now with our own transfer station is $46.27 per ton. And Mayor, that's a savings of approximately $1.04 per ton. The present tipping fee charged to the city in its present operations is $47.31 per ton. Likewise, in the commercial sector, that is picking up commercial refuge, solid waste right now, the tipping fee ranges depending on where they're coming from and the exact items. I like to say over $50, but sometimes it's as high as $52. I've even heard higher numbers if you're coming from out of the county. So I think the $50 to $52 per ton is a credible number to use for our study. And our proposed initial commercial rate, and we have some discretion there, Mayor, to set that rate either more aggressively, more economical, or more expensive. But right now, we projected it at $49.27 per ton on the commercial rate. On the one hand, it protects our profit margin for providing that service. Yet on the other hand, we believe it's anywhere from $2 to $3 cheaper than the market is currently bearing.